Hey guys, this is Rich over at Accuracy Tech, and today we're going to be installing a set of Victor Company USA Viper skins. I've already got a set on here, and I've done most of the uninstall work already, but I do want to show you. Even if it's your regular set of skins on your AI chassis, all you got to do is these little bolts that hold the two halves of the skins together. Any place you see those, pull them out and remove them. That's what holds both sides together. It's going to enable you to peel them apart and install your either a set of Viper skins, or if you're going from I don't know, maybe you decide maybe you bought a rifle secondhand off of somebody and they already had these, and you want to go to a thumbhole set of AI skins. The process is the same. Get all those bolts undone so that there's nothing holding the halves on there but the fit. Then I recommend using like a flathead screwdriver. Stick it in anywhere you see the seam and start to pry the two halves apart. And they can be a little tight, which is actually good because it makes for a good solid fit on the gun. And just pry them apart. And it really is that easy. Then just like peeling an onion. Peel the layers off. It exposes the aluminum chassis underneath. So this is what's left. This is the actual heart of the AI chassis system here. It's quite a bit less impressive to look at than when it's got the skins on it. This is a hole that I drilled for an early set of Viper skins. I'll be talking about that in the review of the skins themselves and the rear pieces. For now, we're just talking about how to get it installed. I recommend you thoroughly take a look at the instructions. They're pretty good. They tell you how many of each size bolt that you have and specifically where they go on a little exploded diagram here. What I suggest is you take the skins ahead of time and set them up and actually assemble them off the gun. And this is about how it should look. You shouldn't have anything sticking out on the left side of the rifle. They should all be pretty flush fitting. Once you've got that done, you can loosen those back up again so that you can separate the two halves. And then it's just a matter of actually doing what we just did in reverse order. The reason I say do it ahead of time this way is because that way you're not getting screws misaligned and in the wrong hole, and you just save yourself some hassle. Okay, so just like before, in reverse order. Take a peek here on the other side. Make sure that the sling hook here on both sides is making it through. And you'll feel it start to kind of press into position when it's where it's supposed to be. They're very well made, so don't be afraid to, put a little bit of pressure on them. They're not going to hurt anything. Alright, that's one side. Now we got this side here. Now, like I was saying, good to have the screws in there. What I would do, once you've already got them set up and they're in the respective holes, you're not going to be able to just get them all to line up. I'd pull them out and I would set them on the counter in front of you in order. And that way, when you press the second side and the second half on here, you sort of already have everything arranged and organized, ready to go. Alright, so just like that. Push it through. Should line right up. If it doesn't, it might be because your skins are slightly misaligned. If that happens, you may have to just kind of jimmy it a little bit, work it until it gets where it needs to be. The other thing you can do is, this one looks like it lines up pretty well. Start with the ones that do line up. And that'll help pull the skins together so that the rest of them all line up as well. See that? That one didn't go through the last time. Since I tightened up the one right behind it, now it's moving through. Probably going to continue to give me trouble since I'm trying to do this video and show you guys how this is all put together. You may have to reach around behind it and actually pinch the two halves together to get them to get the screws to actually bite and start to engage. Again, I think that's a good thing. It just means the fit is very specific and it's very tight, and that's what you want. There we go. I'm just going finger tight on these for now. Like I said, you don't want to get all these done and then find out that that one that, you know, was giving you a little trouble in the front needs to be messed with some more, and then you gotta undo them. You know, get everything set first before you start messing with Loctite and all that. I'm gonna leave this rear one loose for now, and the reason is when you hook up the rear halves, you need to actually slide it in behind here. This little hook to slip in behind here, so don't tighten that one until you have the rear skins done. I'm gonna try yet again to get the stubborn one in the front to go. Back to it. So like I said, you got these little ears here. Make sure those hook in behind. On these rear skins in particular, you may actually have to like sort of force it up and over the rear of the chassis here. Like that. It'll pop when it goes. Push it in. So you got those ears in behind there. And then just start to kind of work everything so it all kind of contours and starts to engage. Same thing with this side. Pull out the two screws. Got the little ears here. First thing we got to do is kind of pry it so it snaps on over the skin, just like that, and then push those little ears in behind the forward section here, like that. Now you can tighten this one up a little bit. Bolts here in the rear. Like I said, you may have to pinch the halves together, get them to really start to bite and engage. And that is mainly all there is to it. All you still have to do is put the buttstock back on. The grip here slips right on. Part of what comes in the package are these little tiny bolts. Actually, I already had a set from the last set of skins, so I already have them set in here. And I'm not going to mess with those just yet until I make sure that I get the one on there in the front. So, pretty easy. Really not a big deal. Very easy to do. Simple to install. And you know, it's nothing you got to take to a gunsmith or anything like that. You can do it yourself in about 5 minutes. Make sure you got the tools, make sure you get everything organized, read the instructions, and it'll go a lot smoother for you. Stay tuned, we're going to have a review of the skins, of the rear skins, pretty much their whole product line coming up here, and this is really just for the installation process. Only other thing, now that they're shipping these with the skins, but back in the early versions of these, there were screws to protect these brass fittings for the rail sections in the front. Those weren't flush fitting, and that kind of broke up some of the sexiness of the front of the rifle and the skins. Victor Company's sending those with the stock side kits now, so you know those guys are really good about taking anything that's less than optimum and changing it over time so that it works out better. So, alright guys, that's it just for the install.